Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday, June 4th's card reading for this weekend. So, today we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot and to give us our messages for this weekend. So, the first card that actually really came out to me or really spoke out to me is actually the thumbnail I use for YouTube, which was the awareness card. So this weekend, starting today and Saturday and Sunday, we're really asked to step into awareness. We're really asked to step into this idea of saying that instead of just kind of going about and reacting to things and going about and just kind of being mindless, instead, what we're asked to do is we're really asked to step into that awareness. We are asked to step into this this energy and into this beautiful state of where we aren't reacting to things, but where we can step back and really respond to things. What I love about this card is you see this golden halo, and you see that, number one, this man looks very passive. He's just, he's observing. And that's what I think awareness really helps us to do. It helps us to become the observer instead of the subjective. Instead of subjective, it helps us to really observe and kind of see what's going on. Because if we can really step into this awareness of, okay, I am the dreamer of my dream. What I see is reflecting what I believe. Then that's when everything can change, because then you're not trying to change the external circumstances. All you're doing is you are willing to forgive yourself for believing whatever it is that you are seeing. And then you're willing to recognize perhaps where that came from, or what, instead of reacting, you respond to it. And you're willing to change your mind about it. Even if you're not quite sure how, at least you have the awareness. And then from that awareness, that's when you can take steps, because you can't take steps towards things if you don't step into awareness. So now let's go ahead, and now we're just going to shuffle, and we're just going to see what other energies wish to reveal themselves for this weekend. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see what beautiful energies we are working with. All right, so our first energy, which I think is very apt, we have the crown chakra. So once again, asking us to open up to that universal awareness, asking us to open up to the divine perspective, which means, if we see something that disturbs our peace, we can say to ourselves or out loud, however you wish to do it, how would love see this? How would my guides see this? How would the divine see this? And step in to that awareness from that standpoint. Remember, we're becoming the observer. We are observing it. Now, I know when I say observer, that upsets a lot of people, because they think that when I say observer, it means you're just going to look at it and you're not going to do anything. Not at all. When you become the observer, what you're actually doing is, yes, you are taking that step back. You are realizing what it is that you believe about the situation. And then from that standpoint of what you believe, then as we're asking, how would love see this? We're also asking, what would love have me do? That way, you're not in charge of it. You're not saying, oh, this is what I should do. We're saying, this is what love would have me do, which then gets us in alignment with the truth of who we are, because the truth of who we are is love. So we're bringing our awareness to love. We're opening up that channel for the divine truth of who we are to really come into play, which then helps us to come into this divine, this says the waiting game, but how I take this card is more about being patient. And patience does not mean sitting on your thumbs and not doing anything. Patience simply means that you are waiting for divine inspiration to take the next right action step towards your goals and your dreams. And as we do that, as we are in this kind of holding pattern, waiting game, if you will, we actually do have this opportunity to celebrate and rejoice because we are rejoicing and celebrating that we have the ability to really step into the moment. We're celebrating the moment that we are in. It doesn't mean that we're necessarily celebrating, a birthday or an accomplishment. We are simply in that celebration because we are embodying more and more of the truth of who we are. And as we do that, we have every right to truly, celebrate because we're stepping in to that energy. And that's what I think is super important about these cards for this weekend. So let's do a quick little review of our energies for this weekend. So we have card number 1, awareness. Awareness says that we are going to step back and observe. As we step back and observe, we're going to be opening up that crown chakra. The crown chakra invites us into this awareness of how would love see this, and then receiving that information and also asking, what would love have me do? Now, once again, when you're asking, what would love have me do? We're not asking with an agenda. Okay, what would love have me do about this or to fix this? It's simply, what would love have me do, period. And then you are going to be, given that answer. So then we also have the truth card. So as we step in to this awareness through our crown chakra, we get to see the truth. We get to realize, I am the dreamer of my dream. And not only that, but we get to reveal more and more of the truth of who we are. Now, as we reveal more and more of the truth of who we are being patient. We are in the moment. We are realizing that we are there in the moment. And as we do so, we get to really rejoice and celebrate. And what are we rejoicing and celebrating? We're rejoicing and celebrating our ability to take that step back, to ask the divine for its divine perception of a situation, to inform us on what we have to do and when we have to do it. Remember, it's not your timing, but divine timing. And we're just celebrating, each and every moment that we are in. And yes, right now we are in these times of transformation. We are going through, the eclipse corridor. We're coming up to the next eclipse on June the 10th. So there is a lot of energy. There's a lot of things coming up, and that's okay for them to come up. But you use your awareness so you don't get overwhelmed by them. So that is today's energy. That is this weekend's energy reading for this week. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here. And I will see you all on Monday. Bye for now.